The top D.C. prosecutor is a hugely significant position. The U.S. Attorney for D.C. is historically critical of Post, and Donald Trump has signified as much by putting on a full-court press to get Edward Martin confirmed. It seems it's not going well, and that's for good reason. Republican senators on the Judiciary Committee are signaling that this guy, even for them, may be a bridge too far. Senator Thom Tillis, a conservative from North Carolina, and a critical vote to move the nomination to a full floor vote, said just as much this weekend, citing, among other things, Martin's record. The problems are legion. First, Martin has been dishonest through the process, no less than 3 times being rebuked for failing to be transparent. He failed to disclose nearly 200 media appearances, many with a Russian-backed propaganda outfit spewing anti-American bile. Additionally, he has had a stunning case of amnesia, claiming under oath that he didn't recall a litany of controversial statements. He has supported the Stop the Steal movement and has also backed dismissing criminal cases against all the rioters involved in the January 6th insurrection. Moreover, he then fired prosecutors who were involved in these cases and launched investigations into anyone who helped bring cases against those who assaulted law enforcement and stormed our Capitol. His defense of the rioters is stunning, most notably in the case of Timothy Hale Cuccinelli. He's a white supremacist who openly supports Nazi ideology, and he sported a Hitler-style mustache just to top it off. Even after being formally notified of Cuccinelli's affiliations, Martin continued to praise him as a great guy and an amazing friend. When pressed on this at his confirmation hearings, despite documented evidence to the contrary, Martin again said, "I don't remember." Then we get to his qualifications or lack thereof. Martin has never been a prosecutor. No, you heard me right. If confirmed, he would be charged with bringing some of the most significant cases to trial, and he's never done the job at a local, county, let alone statewide level. But it's even worse than that. Despite his original representations to the contrary, after being pressed by committee members, he acknowledged he's never tried a single case in his entire career, and he'd be a U.S. attorney. As they say, you cannot make this stuff up. Nevertheless, given his fealty to Trump and public declarations that the Justice Department are, quote, Trump's attorneys, end quote, the president wants this guy confirmed. But maybe, just maybe in a sign that some in the GOP have a line, or they just see political vulnerability in Trump now, Tillis apparently has company in Republican ranks when it comes to not seeing Martin as deserving of their vote. I grant you, this wouldn't exactly be a profile in courage, but it's at least a step in the right direction. Martin is unqualified, he's untrustworthy, and he is wholly undeserving of such an important job. Anyone who actually believes in the rule of law would have to agree.